We're going to break it down from electric ovens to natural gas and propane. First of all, I want to talk about electric ovens. The biggest problem with electric ovens is honestly having enough electricity. I've heard people that have called me before say, well, I've got unlimited electricity. You may have tons of electricity. That's not really what the problem becomes on having enough electricity. The problem becomes on how much electricity is in your building. How big is your panel? Most buildings come with like a 200 amp panel. To run an electric oven and run it correctly and have enough kVs to get it up to temperature and do what it's supposed to do, you really need a lot of kW. So you're going to pull quite a few amps. I've seen a lot of people that have bought electric ovens online. They find some discount oven place somewhere that sells an electric oven, and they call it a powder coating oven. And then once they get it and they realize it takes 2-3 hours to get to temperature, if it actually does get to temp. One of the most important quality things with powder coating is going to be that we have a good uniform temperature throughout the oven. If you're trying to do, say, 4 foot by 4 foot by 6 foot, something about the size of a motorcycle frame or smaller, you can probably get away with doing something that is electric. If you are doing something that is larger than that, from a cost to operate standpoint on something that operates and runs correctly, then natural gas or propane is probably going to be the best route for you to go. Let's talk about natural gas versus propane for a minute. Now, all the ovens that we build are dual fire burners, which means they'll run on either natural gas or propane. You specify on the front end. The common misconception that we hear is people say, you know what, propane costs more than natural gas. And that's a very, very true statement. What they don't take into account is that propane burns hotter than gas. So the actual consumption of propane is slightly less than the consumption of gas. At the end of the day, all that matters is what's on the bill. Natural gas or propane are probably going to be about the same. When you're determining gas or propane, the best way to do that is to say, do you already have gas in the building? If you already have natural gas in the building and the meter is the right size or whatever, go gas. But if you don't have natural gas in your building and you're going to have to run it, you're going to have to make a long run, or you're going to have to replace a lot of pipe. At that point, it's better to just drop a propane tank and run it off of propane. If you want to know what your gas or your propane costs are, again, powderxclass.com or powderx.com. You can come to the classes. We go into great detail about all this. I'm going to give you the quick math. I go into this much greater detail in the classes. When you buy an oven, your burner, the BTU size of your burner is the maximum BTUs it can burn in an hour. So a 1 million BTU burner can only burn 1 million BTUs in an hour, okay? And the quick math for you to keep in mind is this. 1 million BTUs is 33,000 cubic feet of natural gas, which is about the same as 11 gallons of propane. So a 1 million BTU burner at just wide ass open the entire time. It's just cranked down to the floorboard wide open. It would only burn 33,000 cubic feet of natural gas or 11 gallons of propane in an hour. A lot of other things to calculate into that, but that should give you some quick math and some way to start. If this is something that you want to do, if you want to bring powder coating in-house, we sell all US made equipment. We do training. We do on-site training where we come to you and do it. I have trained over 5,000 people to do this and open this as a business. They come from around the world to take this class. I tell everybody this: when you leave, you are either going to really want to do this or really not want to do this. So again, I do appreciate everybody's time, and I look forward to seeing you next time.